Okay, we're out here this morning cutting on this big ash tree again, and I just thought I'd show you around here real quick. We got to come in through the cornfield there. Well, there's a bunch of birds up here today. Just can't see them with this little camera. I came down yesterday and cut some wood. It was sticking clear out to here. A lot of this is frozen into the ground, so I couldn't get it too good. I'm going to cut a few more of the 2 and 3 inch pieces because those work good in the fireplace. And then I'm going to come and work on this log here. But I want you to see, let's see if we can get up in here and show you this thing. It is a monster ash log. And there's a bunch more of them that are down over here. The landowner said I can just cut all of this up that I want. And he said anything that's within 10 feet of the cornfield, go ahead and cut it too, whether it's standing or dead or not. But this part of the tree here, just come right up. I mean, it's clear off the ground, so it's good wood. It was all still pretty green when I cut it yesterday. I'm not sure how this is going to roll out when I get part of that bottom cut, but it'll go or it won't. And then we got this big baby here, which came right out of that side of the tree there. And it goes all the way up there and all the way out there, another 15-20 feet past where you can see up in that brush. I don't know if I can cut this one with my saws or I'm gonna have to, well, I should be able to. I've got an 18-inch bar, so I can cut on both sides to get the cut through. And but it's gonna be a big log. It's gonna take a lot of work to get these out of here. But I'm going to start with this part right here. Now this, where it snapped here, you can see that it was pretty rotten right in there. But everything from there on is just really good wood. So I think I'm going to cut that limb off right there. I think you can tell it there. I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to cut this one off. And then I'm going to figure out how I'm going to drop that thing at that angle and still be able to get it to drop without pinching my saw. I don't think I got my plastic wedge with me today, so I got to be real careful if I'm using my steel wedges. So I'll cut that limb there. Anything else that'll be in the way. Cut some of this one off here, so I can get on both sides if I need to. It looks like, well, if I cut, I'll leave that. I'll leave it up to here. And then I'll cut probably about right here for my first cut this morning. I can recut these later. I'll cut these limbs out though, so they're not in my way or won't poke me if it falls or anything like that. There's a lot of good wood in the ground there that I just can't get to. But there's enough wood right in this one part of this trunk and limbs here that I got a pallet and a half of wood yesterday. And it came clear out to out here, so you can see it was in the way of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, probably about 8 or 9 rows of corn that they lost in this whole area right here. So anyhow, I'm going to get the saw oiled and gassed. I'm going to cut those limbs off and get ready to start cutting. Okay, we're about ready to go. We've got several 18-inch rounds cut in here, and they're each of them probably weigh close to 40 pounds or more, just because they're wet wood. But I thought I'd show you what we got done so far today. We took it from about right here up to here. The tree started to come down, and I think it's going to break up there on the right hand side a little bit more as I take the weight off here. And if that happens, then it'll pull the other side down also, and it'll come down on this tree here and on these old stumps and stuff here. Now I looked at these logs over here, and those are all ash logs also, so we'll get a lot of wood. There's another ash log up there. And then we got that big boy, and I'm not sure yet. I'm going to try and get him, but I don't know. I think we'll take a walk up there real quick and see what the top looks like. Now there's a big Y branch coming off of that tree, going up like that. So if I drop that big branch down, I can cut all of that back to the end there. I can back up to here, cut some of this stuff up and get it out of my way, and then get up into here to pick up the wood. But that big tree keeps going back all the way to here. So if I just take those smaller branches off to start with, that big boy might even just roll with that big limb on there and hit this tree. But we'll have to see. We'll play her by ear. We're going to take a load today and make sure we don't overload the truck, because that wet wood's heavier than most folks give it credit for. Looks like it's kind of hollow back up right in there where it broke off. I'll check that out tomorrow. Come on, dog, let's go. Yep. Load up. There he goes. He knows what his commands are. Whether he obeys them or not is sometimes a different thing. I was even thinking of hooking a chain up to that part there and just pulling on it slowly to see if it would come down. But I think I'll just keep cutting and see what happens. So today we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rounds and some smalls. Each of those rounds will, like I said, weigh anywhere between 40 and probably 50 pounds, right in that area. Some of the longer ones that I cut just a hair longer might weigh a little more. I think what I'll do is cut that tree down right there if it gets in my way, but I'm going to get over and cut those up. I'll finish cutting this log up, and then we'll go up there and we'll start cutting from the top back like I always do on the trees that are down. That way it leaves the weight down at the bottom so that I don't get crushed underneath of it. Okay, well, the cows didn't come over to say howdy this morning, and that's good. The cranes were going over at first light. I'm not sure what all's up here, up and down along here, but the landowner wanted me to take all of those trees out right here on that bend where the flat ground is so they could put more corn in, and I'll just see what they are, and we'll take a walk down there on one of these mornings when I come out. We'll see what we got and we'll see what we can get. Okay, this is Tom out. And again, I'd like to thank all of you for coming by. If you have been here before, welcome back. If you're new, welcome aboard. We're going to go home and we're going to unload this, and then we're going to call it a day because the sun's going to come out pretty hot today, and I don't want to be out here when it's muddy because you can get stuck real easy. All right, well, this is Tom, and we're going to check out. You have a good day now. Tom out.